Now in this lecture we are going to learn how to return a value from a function.
This video is brought to you by Appy Pie Academy.
We will be calling a function and returning some value back from that function. Okay, so go to the project, press the right mouse button and then click on choose new, then go to Python file, click on it, give it any name. I'm giving func3, any name. Okay, now we are going to learn how to return a value from a called function. Okay, we have already learned how to pass arguments in to a called function. Now we will learn how a called function can return a value. Okay, so def let the function name be mult, and here a comma b comma c. What I am simply going to do is I would be passing three arguments, and their multiplication result will be put into a variable d, and using the return statement I would be returning the value of d. Okay. So far so good. Now I would be calling this function mult x is equal to mult, then 10 comma 5 comma something, then print output is equal to plus x. Okay, now I would explain the program. This is our function with the name mult, right? This is the main part from where we will be calling the function mult. I have written x is equal to mult 10 comma 5 comma 100. The execution will start from this place. Mult function will be called. The value 10 would be put into the formal parameter a. Okay, the value 5, second value 5 would be put into the formal parameter b, and the value 100 will be put into the formal parameter c. The function has been called mult. Now control will go into its body. Here we have written d is equal to a into b into c. That means the values 10 into 5 into 100 would be multiplied, and the result will be assigned to the variable d. Then I will use this return d statement. What does it mean? It means the value will be returned to the calling statement. This was our calling statement. Here from this place we had called the function mult. Now the value of d would be returned to this function, to this calling statement, and that will be assigned to the variable x because it is on the left side of the assignment operator. Did you understand? We have called the mult function. Multiplication took place, a into b into c. The values were passed. Multiplication took place, a into b into c means 10 into 5 into 100. Return d, the value will be returned, and that will be subsequently put into x. And later on we will be printing the value of x. Okay. Control Shift F10 in order to execute this program. Let's see if there is any error or it will run successfully. Okay, there was problem because x happened to be of int type, so it should have been converted into string because we were using concatenation symbol plus. Again, Control Shift F10. Yes, this is the output 5000. 5000 was calculated, return d, it was put into x, and subsequently we printed the value of x. Okay, so far so good. Now let me have an example so that you are in a position to understand the things properly. Okay, now I am going to have another function, and in this function we would be returning the bigger of two numbers. Def let the function name be bigger, or it could be anything. var1 comma var2, these are my formal parameters, and simple check. If var1 is greater than var2, I would return var1. I would return var1, else I would return var2, right? So without indentation, now we will call this function bigger, and we will be putting the result into some variable. Suppose x is equal to bigger 100 comma 900. Now what will happen is the bigger function would be called. As is apparent, the value of 100 will be passed to the formal parameter var1. Value of 900 will be passed into the parameter var2. As I have already told you, here var1, var2 would be called formal parameters. Now we will be checking, once the var1, var2 have got the values, we will be checking var1 is greater than var2, then return var1 bigger number, else means var1 is not greater than var2, else var2 would be returned. And whatever value is returned, either var1 or var2 depending upon the condition. So the result will be put into x. So now I will display the value of x. So let me give the value bigger value is equal to plus str x. Okay, so far so good. Let me execute the program. Control Shift F10. Okay, there should have been colon. Here too there should have been colon. Control Shift F10, execute the program, and else colon Control Shift F10. Now see, the bigger value is 900, right? What happened was, bigger function was called, value of 100 was put into var1, that of 900 was put into formal parameter var2. Now var1 is 100, var2 is 900. If var1 is greater than var2 condition is false, it went into else and returned var2. It returned the value var2 which was 900, and here at the calling location this value was returned and subsequently put into the variable x. This is the calling location. Now subsequently I got the value of x printed on the screen. So this is how we can return a value from a called function. But a word of caution, always remember, from a called function you can return only and only one value. You cannot return more than one values.